Okay. Hi, my name is Stephen Hersicorn, and I am working on a new bass guitar for my band Arc Flash. It's going to be the new main bass, fretless, of course, because that's how I roll. You can see the drawing. It's kind of crumpled and not very good. Let's see. There you go. It's going to have some unique elements to it in that it's going to have 16.5 mil spacing here on a 4-string, but it's going to have a 1 7/8 inch nut width, which has become a feel that I've come to really like, actually. It's not, I have never seen a bass with that, aside from stuff I've made, but yeah, been innovating on a couple of things. It's going to use an EMG HVCS, which is a P-bass pickup in a guitar humbucker size housing, and it's going to be what I refer to as a bolt lock construction, which is basically, it's a hybrid of a bolt-on and a neck through. And yeah, I can show you more about what I mean by that when I point you to the wooden blank that I'm making. So it's technically a bolt-on, but it's more like a neck, because it bolts on, but it goes all the way through the body to the end of it, right? So check it out. This is going to be the shape of it. So it's going to have the guitar-sized humbucker here. Now, the narrower bridge spacing of a 16.5 mil spacing will allow me to have some significant advantages with that. And you can see that this is going to be a multiscale. See that before. It's going to be a 33-inch on the top to 34.5 on the bottom, and this is going to be in BEAD tuning, which is my tuning of choice for my band. So basically what I'm going to do is, I have it drawn out on a sticky note. Grab that. Have a better illustration of what I'm trying to accomplish. And it's going to have a metal fingerboard on it, which is going to be screwed on. It's going to have a stainless steel fingerboard, which is going to extend all the way to the bridge. And like I said, this is my new bolt lock system, where the body and neck are dadoed together and bolted in with threaded inserts and quarter 20 bolts. Basically, this is 1 7/8 inch wood, so I'm gonna have a 1/2 inch top, 1/2 inch bottom, and then the middle is going to be 7/8 of an inch, and then there's going to be a fingerboard cap on this, which is going to be a maple fingerboard, which is glued over where the it's going to be very thin fingerboard, probably about 3/16 of an inch at its peak, probably. Because this whole thing from here, from at the nut to where the pickup is going to have an aluminum 1-inch round tubing, 1/4 inch wall, round tubing, aluminum. which is going to make it very strong, very stable, very structurally resilient. And that tongue, actually, from the bottom of that, I will probably extend a little deeper into the body, or into the neck. So I'll probably have the main slice cross section of it there, and then I'll have to check the dimensions of my pickup to make sure it lines up and works. But then that's gonna extend right through. So yeah, I bought a 4-foot piece, so I'll chop that as I see fit. And so basically that means the neck is going to be pretty thick, which is good for me. I prefer a larger size neck. I just prefer glasses, right? Real quick. And for those of you asking what I'm drinking, it's just milk, whole milk. Keeps me strong and focused. And so basically, the deal with this thing and the way I'm going to do it is the string spacing here is much narrower than a regular 4-string. There's a wasp flying around. And then down here is a little wider. It's about what most 5 strings are between 1 3/4 to 1 7/8, give or take, usually. This is going to be a 1 7/8 inch nut width. So this is the center point of my low string. This is the outer bounds of that string, and then this is the high D string. So it's low B string maintains about that much distance, which is close to 1/4 from the center of it does from the actual edge of the fingerboard, which is good. That will allow me to make the bass very comfortable string spacing wise. And then it's about 3/16 from the center right here, and that's where all my multiscale measurements are marked from the center of where the string itself actually is going to sit. So that's the accurate way to gauge that and make scale lengths really be true when you're doing a multi-scale. And yeah, it's not a particularly outrageous fan. Like the guys that do the 34 to 37s, like, good on you, but I mean, for me, it's like, look, I play a lot of technical shit in my band. I don't really want to have to stretch that far. I like a large neck, but I don't want to have to stretch. And the angles get a lot more extreme. This intonation is going to be fairly uniform. I mean, when you get up here, it's a little different, but, you know, you get the idea. So this right here is going to line up with the body. Basically, the body is going to be dadoed in the middle, 7/8 of an inch. And so that's where this side shit comes in, right? And the actual profile of the face of it, the fingerboard is going to extend to this bevel, right? And yeah. Now the back part of this, I've toyed around with, because this part right here, from ridge to nut, is going to be made of bent stainless, right? I'm going to have some guys bend a piece of stainless for me, 1/8 or 11 gauge, probably 11 gauge, 3/16 stainless to the shape of my fingerboard, which is not going to fuck up the balance too bad because it's going all the way through. If it stopped here, that would be a problem. This is where the 24th fret lands. That would be a problem if it stopped there, because that would mean the balance is much more towards the headstock. But with it being all the way to the bridge, you're going to save yourself some balance right there. This is going to be an all maple base, maple and stainless steel. And as far as the bridge is concerned, I've got a couple ideas on how I want to do that. One thing I've toyed with the idea of is getting a 1/2-inch block of stainless, having the boys at the shop cut that out to be this measurement to where these pieces will fit together, and having it to where the strings go in there and they just sit right there in little I guess you would call it like a ball end holder, right? A string holder, and then just pass over a raised saddle lip that would be notched. And then this is compensated for my intonation, so this is where the natural scale line falls. I did the math for how much I need to come back for my intonation to be right for the strings I want to use and for the tuning I'm going to be in, which is BE80. And yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm probably gonna, I guess I'm gonna start cutting it out. It's obviously gonna have a piece of fingerboard put on it, right? So, or it's gonna have a piece of wood for the fingerboard put on it, but that's not gonna be until after it's routed for its reinforcement and that's installed. Which that's just gonna get epoxied in. I'm gonna route that out for that, install it. Look at that cat. That's Treat. Trick is somewhere else, but anyway. Yeah. Treat, aka Blackjack. She is not a treat, she's very mean. Anyway, and then pickup is going to be mounted in from the side because this is going to be detachable. So I'm going to be able to get the pickup in there, right? And I'm going to give myself just enough clearance to do that. I'm going to have a recess right here. And then the actual base itself, when it's put together, is going to have two magnetic covers that pop on there to hide those edges where it sticks out from the edge of the fingerboard. And yeah, so the pickup's going to be completely hidden. It's going to be right up against the back of the fingerboard though, which is going to be 11 gauge stainless, like I said. So that's going to be, it's going to be about a little over 1/8 of an inch away from the strings, which works for me. Especially because it's going to be EMGs, they're high output anyway, so, you know, I don't need to have so much output necessarily. I have plenty of compensators for that in my rig, which is large and in charge. So, she's very aggressive about cleaning herself. She just had a litter of kittens. So if you're in the Spring, Texas area and you want some kittens, yeah, send me a line in the comments and I'll get in touch with you. Anyways, that's all I got for now. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope people watch this because I'm really excited about this thing. This is probably going to be my finest piece of work yet. So, I'm really happy about it. I'm excited and I'm ready to get it underway. Thank you for watching. God bless you. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.